Sinong mag-ano? Mag-secretary sa...
Hindi ako, sir. I-set up ko lang to, sir.
Entry 276, 278, 280, entry number 1, please. 282, please proceed with ring 1. Entry number 280, Ilagan po, please proceed with ring 1. Entry number 280, please proceed with ring 1.
Entry number 311, French Bulldog, please proceed to Ilagan.
Pero isang view lang.
Entry number 313, 314, 315, and 316, French Bulldog, please proceed to lane number 2. Entry number 313, 314, 315, and 316, French Bulldog, please proceed to lane number 2.
Yung meron kami isang isang form. Isa pa lang ang binigay niyo sa akin. Hindi, yung unang salang. Wala. Ang top champion yun eh. Champion yun. Diba? Brindek, isa. Pangalawa yung batik-batik. O pangatlo na yung kay Uni. Pangapat, dapat meron pa isa. Dalawa na lang.
Isa lang yung hawak ko niya.
Kaya nga ito yung binigay mo sa akin.
Binigay ko sa kanya.
Diba yun? Yung unang ID niya.
Wala. Wala sa akin.
Ito binigay ko na sa'yo eh. Wala ka rin pang binigay. Ito pa na. Dapat dalawa na.
Entry number 315 and 316, French Bulldog, please proceed to lane number 2.
Dapat kasi pag pinabot ko sa inyo, pag sinalaw ni Mone, kunin niyo yung isang ID. Kasi papaitan. Oo.
Hindi niya nakaabot sa akin.
Ito pala yung binigay yung ID.
Yung ayos na lang.
Kasi yung sa'yo, kahit na mamaya yan, habang naman sa akin ito. Yung unang salang ang wala eh. Kasi dapat ito,
Yung anong salang wala ko dito. Ano ako sa ano. Nakapagod na tayong dalawa yun.
wala na ako sa ilalim sa unang form. Baka nasa kanya.
Sa kanya yun.
Isa pa lang yung binigay mo sa akin.
Siyempre kanina unang salang wala ako dito.
Walang ginagawa, walang ginagawa.
number 316, French Bulldog, please proceed to ring number 3. First call, entry number 316, French Bulldog, please proceed to ring number 2. Second call, entry number 316, French Bulldog, please proceed to ring number 2. Last call, entry number 316, French Bulldog, please proceed to ring number 2. Entry number 316, French Bulldog, absent.
This one. Ay, puta. Ipanis ka. Papanis ka.
Hindi kasi kanya-kanyang kulungan yan. Yung mga
Picture na pagka.
Entry number 335, Hotel. Please proceed in ring 1. Entry number 335, Hotel. Please proceed in ring 1.
kompleto na po.
Second call, entry number 335, Hotel. Please proceed in ring 1. Entry number 335, Hotel. Please proceed in ring 1.
Entry number 34 now, Chito, please proceed to ring 1. All mission present, please proceed to ring number 2. All mission present and please proceed to ring number 2. Entry number 269, please proceed to ring number 3. Entry number 269, mission present, please proceed to ring number 3. Entry number 272, 273, mission present, please proceed to ring number 2. All entries for Boston Terrier, please proceed to ring number 2.
Oh, ganda. Ano pa dito tartado to? Pinsan mo yan, ha? Ayaw. Ano si Enzo?
para, you know,
Ako na yung microphone, sir.
good afternoon, PCCI members as well as other dog lovers in our country as well as those who are outside of the Philippines. We're continuing on with this afternoon judging for the 213th and 214th PCCI All Breed Dog Show. Now, in ring number 2, we have our guest judge, Mr. Chito Ilagan, who is also the corporate treasurer of the PCCI, doing his first ever all breed judging assignment. In his ring, he's looking over the various Boston Terrier entries. Now, Boston Terriers once were very popular in the Philippines, but the past few years, we've not seen many. It's fortunate that these days, we're getting more and more Boston Terrier entries. Now, the Boston Terrier, as the name implies, was developed in the USA. After all, it was named after the city of Boston. If I remember it right, they say that the Boston Terrier is designed to look more like a man in tuxedo, if I remember my dog history correctly, because you have the white and the black. Now, the white being on the collar, which would seem like, you know, that's the shirt, and then you have the rest of the body in black. Actually, it's not completely black because it's supposed to have a little bridling. So they're available in a few colors, but generally in the pattern that the tuxedo creates, or in that image. Now our judge is inspecting Chihuahuas. He's now judging Chihuahuas. This is the long-coated Chihuahua. As you know, this is the dog that was discovered in Mexico, in Chihuahua, Mexico. That's a place named after a particular place in Mexico. It's supposed to have an apple-shaped head. It's supposed to have prominent eyes, and the ears are supposed to be situated at the 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock angle if you're supposed to check a clock. No, the ears should be pointed at 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Okay, so it's a little bit, it's not vertical, it's not horizontal, it's a bit diagonal. Like that. There. Okay, so this is the long-coated Chihuahua. There are two varieties. You have the one with the smooth coat and you have the one with the long coat. They're very popular because because of their size and because also of their personality. Now, they're easy to keep in a person's room or a person's apartment or a condominium unit. And as a result, people who are into Chihuahuas can get to keep more if they're into this breed than if they would be in larger breeds. This particular breed usually will have problems with the eyes. Essentially because the eyes, just like other breeds with prominent eyes, is a bit protruding. So they're prone to eye accidents. Now, we used to have a lot of entries for Chihuahuas, and for this particular show, we have 8 long coat Chihuahua entries and 9 smooth coat entries. So almost the same. Basically, would want them as small as possible, but not to the extent that you're sacrificing the soundness and the health of the dog.
Entry number 280, Chihuahua, is position number 2.
Again, we would like to encourage you to visit our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be made updated on regarding the new blogs that we regularly come up with. This particular show, which I'm sure you're aware of, is broadcast to you live from the PCCI showgrounds. But at the same time, this will be converted into a blog, so you can take a look at it in YouTube. The YouTube version will show the highlights of the show. So if you're not able to watch the whole show, you'll get to still be informed as to the proceedings and the major winners of this particular show. The Chihuahua, whether long coat or short coat, because of their small size, are considered table dogs, meaning they are inspected on top of a table. So if you have a Chihuahua and you're intending to show your dog in the future, make sure that it becomes comfortable being handled or being left on top of a table. It's a must so that they don't freak out when they're made to stand on top of a table when it comes to its time to be judged in a show. That's part of the show training that you have to provide your dog. Now, most of the dogs, if not all, are quite intelligent and can learn easily if they are taught properly.
Entry number 280, Chihuahua, is
Invite ko si Sir John, Chihuahua enthusiast.
Oh, sige. Now, we have a guest who can talk about the Chihuahuas. He can give you some insights as to this particular breed because he's one of our best exhibitors and breeders when it comes to this particular breed. John?
Hello, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
As a Chihuahua breeder, what would you think would be the biggest advantages?
Of having a Chihuahua?
Yes.
Yeah, first and foremost, grooming. You won't be needing too much time in grooming a Chihuahua because it's just is parang pagpaliguan mo lang siya after the blower, you bring them to the dog show and it's done.
Kahit na long coat, walang grooming yun.
Long coat, very minimal. You just have to trim the paw pads doon. But most of them are parang hindi naman siya like the poodles and the bichons wherein you have to trim them constantly. For the Chihuahuas, you have to wait for them na full coat before you do the trimming.
What about brushing? Do you have to brush them regularly?
Regularly, yes, at least
How often?
every other day is the most. Because you have to brush out all those hairs inside. And then when you do the brushing, it's like a bonding na rin to your dog, Sir Fred. And you spread yung mga natural oils na produced in the skin. So when you do the regular brushing, napapot mo yung strands ng hair, yung natural oil niya. That's why it looks shinier, it looks healthier. And then that's the opportunity for you to check on the skin health then ng dog.
The Chihuahua is known as the smallest breed of dog, right? Aren't they not delicate? Wouldn't the bones break because they're so small?
They're very fragile. That's why I always tell those who are interested in owning a Chihuahua, first and foremost, you should not be having toddlers at home.
So they're a no-no
For toddlers.
Yeah, if you have kids, especially small kids who are not yet that familiar with dogs.
Or mahirap pang pagsabihan.
Yes.
Ng mga bata. Kasi, you know, dogs, when you see dogs, especially puppies, no, they're very cute. The tendency for kids or children,
Nagigigil.
nanggigigil. Kahit sabihan ng parents yan na, oh, they're still fragile. Hindi eh. Talagang you can't resist the cuteness of puppies, lalo na chihuahuas. So, the parents naman cannot be there with attending their kids 24/7. So, there are incidents na talagang kukunin yan. And the one instance lang na mahulog mo ang chihuahua, like the puppy, and then it's a bad fall. Remember, Sir Fred, they have fontanelles.
Yes.
They have
Please explain that nga pala is one of the breed characteristic of the Chihuahua.
Right.
So please explain what it is.
A fontanelle is like
Fontanelle. Yeah.
fontanelle is, how do you say it in Tagalog? Bunbunan.
Bumbunan.
Okay.
Bumbunan.
So those are the head of a Chihuahua kasi it's apple head, and then as they age, nag-fuse yun. Pero may naiiwan sometimes na fontanelle or yung bumbunan na malambot na part ng head nila na kapag harsh kang mawak, masyadong harsh ang paghawak mo sa dogs or mauntog yung dog mo, mahulog siya, and then it's a bad fall. Yun yung cause ng sad to say, maraming death for Chihuahuas.
So for those of you who are interested to get a Chihuahua, you better choose. Either you get a baby or you choose a puppy.
Chihuahuas usually, they're very feisty and smart.
They're personality dogs.
Personality dogs, and though they're good with kids naman, especially if they grew up with the family, pero I don't suggest to parents or families na may mga young kids to own a Chihuahua. You go for another breed.
Especially, it's not just for the welfare of the Chihuahua, but it's also
welfare
for the
of the
welfare
kids.
of the kid. Kasi pag sinaktan mo yan, I'm sure kakagat yan.
True, every dog, kahit gano'ng kabait yan, kahit na sabihin ng Golden Retriever, once na masaktan, natural instinct nila na they'll fight na.
Okay. They're very small. You can see the body is very small. Like, when you breed them, like, how many puppies normally do they produce?
In my experience, in more than a decade experience of breeding, the most that I've produced in a litter is 5.
Talaga?
And you-
One dog?
One dog, 5.
That's a
But
lot.
you wouldn't wish to have a big litter like that because most of the time, merong maliit na size na naiiwan. And it's, syempre, hindi naman lahat yan mabubuhay. So,
But don't people like that? The teacup?
it's a marketing term that most of the commercial breeders use. There's no such thing as teacup. There's
That's
no
what
such
I'm trying to point out.
There's no such thing as teacup. As I looking at it, parang rant of the litters. There are the malnourished chihuahuas na hindi stunted ang growth nila, na hindi na grow ng malaki, ng tama, based on the standards. And then some abusive breeders will use that as an opportunity to market it at a premium price.
And yet that is parang right at the onset, it's already physically disadvantaged.
Right. Especially sometimes they grow old as much as 3 years old, 4 years old. But you know, Chihuahuas, the small dogs, they can grow up to 15 years. Eh. So if your dogs is in a standard size and they're healthier, tapos yung hindi sila ganun ka-fragile compared with the standard size ng Chihuahuas. Imagine a pickup Chihuahua this small, tapos some of them will bleed. So sabi ko, where's the heart to it? How can you breed a Chihuahua this small?
Before going back to the Chihuahua, let me just point out a particular line that you gave. That the smaller the dog, the longer
The life.
expectancy is. Can you please elaborate on that?
Yes, you know, there are lots of studies being done abroad na yung health condition, life expectancies for toy dogs, specifically those who are below 8 kilograms, are longer compared with, say, golden retrievers or labradors, no? And then for Chihuahuas kasi, or small dogs, they become adult at 10 months old. Compared to, they mature earlier compared to the bigger counterparts, like some will mature 15 months, 18 months, no,
Yes.
before they reach adulthood.
Yes.
Pero yung life ng mga bigger dogs are shorter than the toy dogs.
Yeah, I remember reading something that said like Great Danes. If your Great Dane would reach 10 years old, you should consider yourself very lucky. Right? For Dobermans, for us, 10 years old is also lucky. I mean, under the Philippine setting, very rarely will you find
You
a
know what,
Doberman.
Fred? I had a Chihuahua that lived almost 15 years. 15 years, my first ever Chihuahua. But you know, we wouldn't want to see them at that age na they're blind.
Yeah, you
always
can barely
lying around.
function.
So,
So, no quality of life already.
yun, pag wala na yung quality of life, and that's the time to use it.
One of the things that people like about Chihuahua is that they're easy to maintain, meaning because they're small, they only eat very little. What can you say to that?
Yeah, that's true. Na konti lang ang maintenance talaga. But, you know, the vet fees naman, hindi naman yun nagmamatter kung maliit or malaki. So, pareho din. So, yung immunization schedules, tsaka yung vet fees, pare-pareho lang din yan. Actually, kung tutusin, mas mahal ng Chihuahua kasi they're very prone to cesareans.
I see. So I was about to go there, no? Like they're small, their bodies are small. When they give birth, you know, how will that possibly go out?
Oo.
Cesarean pala sila.
Cesarean. In my experience, most of them are cesarean. Pero when you breed a bigger female, like more than 96 pounds, and a smaller male, sometimes kaya nilang mag-normal.
But in your experience, what will be the percentage of Chihuahuas that need to deliver using through normal versus cesarean?
In my experience, 70%, 70 to 80% of my dogs are cesarean.
Wow.
Basically, because before before yung due date nila, dinadala ko sa vet and then ina-x-ray. So, based on the head ng fetus, kung kaya doon sa passageway. So, if kaya, sasabihin ng vet namin, okay, we just wait for
So you mean they get X-rayed for that?
x-rays. On the day 59 or 60, usually pinapa-x-ray ko. Then, they have advanced, na-measure nila yung skull, yung head ng puppies, yung kasha. Nakikita nila how many puppies there are. The more puppies, the smaller they are. Pero kapag maliit lang yung litter, medyo malaki.
I would put you in a tight spot.
Okay.
As a breeder, how do you assess the quality of our Chihuahuas, the locally produced Chihuahuas? Because I know you've imported some really nice ones. Okay? I've judged some of the really nice imported Chihuahuas. So how what can you say about the quality of our local-born Chihuahuas now?
Long coat, they've improved a lot. The long coat Chihuahuas. I had the opportunity judging them last April, and compared to 2007, 2008, 2009, we have way better long coat Chihuahuas now. Because in 2007, 2008, most of the breeders would want a very short snout, really short snout and very big head, to the point na nakakompromise yung bite. So now, there are a lot of imported long coat Chihuahuas from Canada, from the US, na na-improve yung head piece and yung dentition ng Chihuahua, and then the movements are way better than before. So I can say safe to say na better ang long coat Chihuahuas natin today as compared to 10 years ago. But the peak, I guess, would be of the long coat Chihuahua was in 2011, 12, 13, and 14. Those are the best long coat Chihuahuas. Wherein, when you go to the dog show, minimum entries of Chihuahuas would be 25 per variety. Now, medyo kumonti na. When it comes to smooth coat, sorry to cut you
Yeah,
there.
that's
Smooth
smooth
coat, medyo bumaba yung quality. Kasi nag-focus na mostly ang mga breeders sa long coat Chihuahua.
So you're saying there's now a tendency for more breeders going towards the long coat than they would short coat. Why is that? What do you think is the reason for that?
The market. You know, sadly, long coat Chihuahuas and the smooth coat Chihuahuas are both genetically the same. It's just the coat length ang difference nila. Pero, you know, some abusive and commercial breeders would market their long coat Chihuahuas projecting that this is a better variety of Chihuahua, thus putting a premium on the coat length.
I see. Just based on the coat length.
Coat length. So more and more people would be looking for a long coat Chihuahua than a smooth coat Chihuahua.
So it's just a demand.
That's the
Market
demand. The demand is lower for smooth coat Chihuahuas. But personally, for me, I prefer smooth coat
Yeah.
Chihuahuas because what you see is what you get.
Yes, it's actually when you see a good smooth coat Chihuahua,
It's really
Uh,
nice.
it's really nice, and it's difficult to put it side by side, a long coat Chihuahua, and for the long coat Chihuahua to win.
Very true. So, kasi talking about grooming naman, Sir Fred, sa long coat Chihuahua, you can hide like medyo problematic yung rear angulation. You can hide it using yung pants nila. With smooth coat Chihuahuas, what you see is what you get.
Very honest. They're
Very
very honest
honest.
dogs. Now, I'm sure our viewers have noticed that there are different color varieties. No? They come in different varieties. Would there be any particular problem that would be related to the different colors of the Chihuahua?
Yeah, there's this what they call the CDA or color delusion alopecia. That is, it's a disorder of the skin, particularly for those who have diluted colors like the chocolates, the blues, the lilacs. But the FCI standard says that it can be shown. It's admissible in dog shows. The one that's not admissible or it's considered as a disqualification based on the FCI standards would be the merle color. But it's
merle.
permissible under the AKC standards.
When you say merle, how would you characterize it for the benefit of a lot of people who may not be that familiar?
Okay.
Because what we're seeing on the screen right now are
Black and tans.
black and tans. Yes, okay.
A merle Chihuahua is, you know yung color sir ng dapple na
Dachshund.
Dachshund? Yung splashes of base and whites and blacks, that's the merle color.
So in other words, you will have a dog na you have three colors,
Three colors.
pero randomly
Splashes.
splashed all
Around
over.
the body.
Hindi siya defined na
Not
pattern.
defined pattern. Plus, and another thing is the eye color. The eye color of the eyes are somehow light. Sometimes both eyes are lighter. Some naman are isa lang. So
Hindi pantay yung kulay ng
Pantay yung
mata.
kulay yung mata. And based on FCI standards, which we are following here in today's show, it's a disqualification. But under American Kennel Club, you can show a Merle show.
Would you know, I've not really read up on this, but since you're a Chihuahua specialist, being a fancier of the breed for the longest time, would you know whether the Chihuahua actually carries the Merle gene? Meaning,
It's very debatable, sir. As far as I know, here in the Philippines, I was looking at the pedigree of the first registered Merle Chihuahua here. You know, you cannot produce a Merle if both parents are non-Merles. You know, you cannot give something if you don't have it. So, the first Merle Chihuahuas that I saw here are suspiciously were registered from non-Merle parents. So, it's a big question why it happened. But if it happens, if it happens, or if the Merle gene is present with breed, it's debatable. Some articles would say that it was naturally occurring. Some would say it's not. Some would say it's a result of mutation. But we wouldn't know unless we do a
now,
genetic makeup.
Yeah, for now, not there are no available studies. I mean, deep studies to determine kung natural
Naturally
ba or
occurring.
hindi. But that's
One
now,
thing certain though, sir, is if you have a Merle Chihuahua and you mate it with a non-Merle, there's a very high chance na magkaka-Merle ka. But ang certain lang, kapag non-Merle mated to a non-Merle, very impossible na mag-produce ng Merle.
in other words, you're saying that the Merle strain is actually dominant.
It's dominant.
Yes.
Dominant siya, so kailangan one of the parents has it
Yes.
for it to be expressed.
So the question is, where did it come from? Diba? Where did it come from? So that's basically, that's why you put forward the fact that when you were studying pedigrees, the first Merle that was registered did not have Merle,
Parents.
the Merle parents or grandparents even. So it could not have possibly
Been
come
through
from
the parents.
from the parents.
Ang iba naman, sir, sinasabi, baka mali lang yung color ng na-register na parents, because
That's a possibility.
there's what we call the phantom Merle, na it doesn't look very much like the Merle,
And
pero-
yet,
yet,
yeah.
Merle talaga siya, very small splashes lang. Kumbaga parang hidden yung Merle niya sa leeg or sa tuhod or sa mata lang na-express. So, na-register siya as red, pero it's a Merle.
It's actually, hindi lang talaga siya clearly visual.
Hindi lang siya ganun ka-visual nung ni-register yung parents.
Well, we will probably have to leave it at that. But just to inform the public and to warn them that they should stay away from Merle.
Yes, if you're planning to show.
If you're planning
To show, because definitely it's a disqualification of the breed, and the PCCI is following the FCI standards.
Yeah, and for a lot of breeds, because now Merling is coming into a lot of breeds.
French
And-
Bulldogs even.
Yeah, and you know, there are already studies that would show that Merling in some breeds actually encourage health problems.
Right. If you
So-
breed a Merle to Merle, sir, you produce a double Merle that are blind, deaf, because they lack pigments.
So by that alone, I think people should become more concerned. Surely you would not want to
Have a blind puppy.
Have a blind dog. Yeah, a puppy may still have their eyesight when they're still young, but you know, a few months down the line or a year or so down the line, you wouldn't want to have a blind dog already, especially if the dog has been very close to you, and you wouldn't want to put it to.
You know, to that kind of suffering.
That's right.
Plus, you have to pay a lot of vet fees just to have your dogs check kung blind na siya or deaf na siya.
Let's now talk about the head shape.
Opo.
The Chihuahua is supposed to be having a particular type of head. You mentioned apple head.
Apple head.
Please elaborate.
So, when we say apple head, as opposed to the deer type, yung when you look at the apple, diba, it's round. It's
Roundish.
roundish, very roundish. So that's how the Chihuahua head should look like. Must not be exaggeratedly big. We're not talking about the size of the head. We're talking about the shape of the head.
So more than the size, it's the shape.
It's the shape. It's supposed to be round. It looks like this around if you're looking at it from the side. But if it goes straight like this, it's a deer type, okay? Which is a disqualification also.
What about the ears?
The ears should be erect, positioned at 10 and 2. So it should not be, when you say 10 and 2, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, it's this.
So it's kind of diagonal.
Diagonal like
Cannot
that.
be vertical.
Not
Cannot be
vertical.
horizontal.
Like that. But sometimes, when you approach the dog, when the dog is in repose, medyo may misaligned. But when they're alert, it has to be this.
What about the tail?
The tail, it has to be sickle. A semicircle na gano'n. Should not be touching the top line.
Should not touch.
The
It
top
should
line.
be like the handle of a.
Parang mug or kettle.
Yes.
And it should not be curled.
Yes, that's the general description. If it cannot be like that.
Yun, this one has a nice tail. Sir.
Yes.
And it should not be curling. Ganon. Or if this is a top line, yung likod ng Chihuahua, it should not be touching like that or
Yes.
curling like that. Or curling like that. Mali. So it has to be sickle shape. Like that.
And from the judge's point of view, if you're going to show your dog, you must make sure that your dog will be comfortable enough to show its natural tail
Yeah.
position. Because we know that if a dog is afraid,
Overly shy.
it will not carry its tail like that because the tail is a signpost for a dog's confidence.
Correct.
So you have to train your dog to be more socialized, to be more at ease.
With the new environments, like especially here in the dog show, ang daming big dogs, daming distractions. So when you're planning to go serious in the dog show, you have to invest time socializing your dogs.
How much time do you devote when you're preparing a new dog for the show?
For me, at least a month, a couple of months before.
Couple of months.
Before you fully can say that this dog is ready for a show. Especially for puppies like the Chihuahuas. I start showing. I don't usually show them at baby puppy kasi very fragile. And I'm coming from Bulacan. The travel time is very long if we're going to show here in Marikina. I usually start showing them at 6 months, 7 months, but the training period would be a month or two before I can confidently say that she's ready for dog show.
What is a better show dog, a male or a female?
For me, it's specifically it's a male. It's
A male.
A male.
Why is that?
Females, when they go on heat cycles or in season, lalo na kapag long boat yan, they shed.
Oh, so they blast their.
They blow out their coat, and then they look very how do you call it? They look younger. If you're showing an open class dog,
Glass.
and then
They would look so young.
parang mali ang conditioning ng dog. Pero in reality, it's just because in season yung dog or nag-heat siya. And if you're running for a ranking, hinahabol mo yung ranking for a top Chihuahua or a top dog,
Wala na.
Kasi you
You've
have to
lost
wait.
the opportunity.
You've lost the opportunity. You have to wait for 2 months or 3 months before it regains its full coat.
How often do you feed a small dog like the Chihuahua?
For puppies that are 10 months and below, I feed them 3 times a day.
3 times a day?
3 times a day. But when they are adult, I feed them twice a day. 6 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon.
And what's your preferred feeding routine?
Feeding routine would be kapag wala pang senior, dog food. But
Dog food.
dog food.
You
Kibbles.
don't feed raw.
I don't feed raw. I don't give them. Uh, there was someone who told me I should feed raw. I tried that before, and my dog had salmonella. So sabi ko, I don't want to do that again. So I trust my vets na they go for kibbles, they say. But when they're seniors, mahirap kasi maghanap ng mga senior formula or geriatric formula for dogs. So nagluluto ng boiled na or steamed na carrots, steamed sayote, pangdagdag lang. But yung adult food nila, nire-reduce na namin ng konti-konti. Bibigay lang ng konting fibers.
O sige, as we can see now, the breeds, the Chihuahua breed judging has already completed. So I guess this is our signal to let go of our special guest for today. We are so fortunate to have him around because nobody can talk about the Chihuahua better than this particular person.
The pleasure is mine, sir.
Okay.
The
Salamat
pleasure.
ng
Thank you
madami.
so much, sir. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
In-off mo na. Naka-off na.
So we just finished with the best in group competition for companion toy dogs in ring number 1. I think it's the junior na ngayon, junior competition, ring 1. Right after this, diretso natin, group competition ng ring number 2 as a continuation ng judging ni Mr. Alfonso Ilagan. And ito na yung group competition under Mr. Chito Ilagan. Kakatapos lang ng group competition under Miss Naral Hammond. Would be the last competition for this afternoon. So we will be live streaming again tomorrow. I think the show will start 9:30, the same as kaninang umaga. So that's the Chihuahua long coat on the screen right now. Medyo humihina yung ating signal. gamitin mo to? Camera niyan. So this is the last category, the best baby puppy in group in ring number 1 and ring number 2. I'm sorry, under Mr. Chito Ilagan. So right after this, we will be ending the live stream na, and then we will see you again tomorrow at 9:30. We will start the live stream 9:30 tomorrow. And maraming salamat sa lahat ng nanood at nag-share nitong ating stream. And I hope you all nag-enjoy sa ating YouTube live sa ngayong hapon. And also would like to thank our editor-in-chief, Mr. Fred Salud, for having with us this afternoon. Don't forget again to share this live stream, like our Facebook page, as well as to subscribe to our channel. Maraming salamat ulit. And we'll see you again tomorrow. This is the PCCI live stream, the 213th and 14th FCI All Breed Championship Dog Show. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. See you again tomorrow. I will end up the stream now. Thank you.